It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC West. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our quarterback matchup in this ball game, that's where the focus naturally gravitates. And I think we have a fairly interesting one here. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, Teddy Bridgewater of the Broncos.
And I think for me, and this isn't an original thought by any stretch, and probably for these two head coaches as well, the key for them is going to be limiting the turnovers, limiting the free possessions. I mean, this isn't saying anything you don't already know, but you've got to be able to make the most out of your drives and see if your defense can help you out and take the ball away from the other team and give you a few extras.
And off we go from Denver. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led by Teddy Bridgewater in his 8th season now in the NFL.
I've always loved Teddy Bridgewater. A lot of people have underrated him throughout his career. Remember, this is a guy who's battled back from a horrendous knee injury to find his way back as a starter in this league. More than capable right arm, tremendous leader. This guy knows how to make plays in the clutch.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Bridgewater to throw it. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's got this is down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Here's Bridgewater. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. And McManus able to put it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And the first possession isn't until the second quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, one possession, one drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 75 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They will start at the 25 as Spencer elects not to return this. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Bridgewater. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground, and he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. $19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. For the start of the third quarter, the Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Complete to Travis Kelce. 24-yard gain on the play. And the first down on the Chiefs.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Mahomes now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Butker's kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback. So now Bridgewater and the Broncos trailing 10-3. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Finding Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Bridgewater. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Oh, Sutton, a nice catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Bridgewater to throw. This is caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Mahomes. Finding Hardman. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mahomes to throw it. Finding Kelsey. And he's got room. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now here's a timeout as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Taken at the goal line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won. And fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.